Boom, 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 boom. Yo, what's up? Vape Militia, Brian, Forged and Wire, what's up? Been killing it, Forged and Wire. Forged and Wire's got an awesome Instagram. Go check it out. Potent Blotter, what's up? Some dude, what's up? Sorry I'm late, guys. Just a crazy schedule. Just didn't really get done eating until late. Dark, Mark, Adam. Bones, Philip, what's up? Brad, what's up? Brian, All Day Vape. Hey, All Day Vape, I seen what you said about the stovetop. I'm gonna hold off on stovetop. If you I did do a stovetop before. If you go in the Mohawk video, I did a stovetop in there. I'll try to think of a wire to do for a stovetop though. It will come soon. But if you go to the Mohawk video, Brett, what's up? Steven, what's up? When you go to the Mohawk video, I did a stovetop. I think that's the only stovetop I've done on YouTube so far. Adam, what's up? Alright. Is there two? I thought there was one. Yeah, guys. I did a. If you want to go over there now, go over to Vaporporium. There's $9 spots. In fact, I could show you for the Black Druga. So for this Black Druga, and I did a build earlier on Instagram. I'm probably going to upload the videos on here. But I did a build earlier. It came out really nice, too. I'm pretty happy with this one. Damn it. There's like 2 spots left in a waffle. And I threw in a pair of stainless steel aliens too. Two spots left out of 9 spots, so. You guys could win that. There's 2 spots left. I'm pretty sure I'll get notification when the spots are all gone. Michael, I could do... yeah, I think it's going to be the quickest waffle yet. I think the quickest one was 4 hours so far. I think this one's going to be a little over an hour. Them Coil Wars builds though, like there ain't many of them that are like this. Them builds took me a while. A lot of them took me a really long time. Like those weren't just like. There's a couple of them I could produce in like 2 hours, but some of them builds they took a long time. I fucked up almost every single one of them. Maybe one day I can do one of them. My favorite one's the hybrid, and that one took a long time. And then the last 2 week ones, those took forever. I mean, if you look at them, they all take long. All them coils took really long. The stovetop took long. The that bridge was ridiculous. That bridge took so long. And yeah, so when Coil Wars was happening, I'll get started. But I'm going to do half staggered. It's going to be a parallel build. I never did a parallel build on here. One of the tutorials has one. So I'm going to do a parallel build. So when you do a parallel build, you want to watch out for your ohms. You don't want it to be too low. So I'm going to do basically 2 wires parallel with each other. So you got to make sure that the ohms aren't too low, especially if you want to do dual coil. And this is like one of my favorite parallel builds I've ever done. And I did it like a year and a half ago. Before Coil Wars, I did this build. So I'd like to recreate it. So I'm going to do that now. And in order to get that started, I got to stagger a piece of 26 gauge. And actually, I could stagger a piece of 27 instead. That might be smarter. Yeah, let's do 27. Got some 27 nichrome. So, yeah, one day I could do one of them for sure. I would definitely have to prepare myself. Like the Suka was a lot. The braid was they're all long builds. All longer than anything I've done on here. I think just about every single one of them. My worst one in that whole collection is the alien with the alien with the cat track. Is probably my least favorite one. And that took some time, but that's one that I could definitely do. But I mean, I don't think anybody would really want to see that one. It's just it's like a 4-core alien and a 10-core cat track parallel with each other. Pure Atomist, I don't know if they're stocked back up yet, but Pure Atomist has 27 gauge stainless steel and 25 gauge nichrome and stainless steel. They have odd numbers. Yeah, it made a lot of aliens. I gotta put this air back on, it's too hot. What's up, clean as fuck coils? So I'm just going to get out. I'm going to need a lot of this. I'm just going to do a single coil parallel. It's going to take too long to do 2 coils. Stewie rocking the mic. It's fresh here. There's a Looper clone juice. I used to love Looper. That was like my favorite. I can't really vape it anymore. I haven't vaped it in a while, but that used to be like my favorite. And I guess I'm going to do 38 gauge for my staggering. I'm going to do the double loop method. So guys, I did this build earlier. I'm going to be posting it on YouTube. That build I just showed in the Druga. If you didn't see it, just rewind the video when we're done here. And I used the loop method on ribbon, which is usually what I do with 4 pieces of ribbon. But I had the loop come down really low, and it really worked good. It worked really good. I used a Kennedy deck for the weight. So I'm going to use the Kennedy as a weight this time also, but the whole RDA. So I'm doing that double loop method. I just did it in my last tutorial and showed it up close, so I'm just going to get on with it here. I'm not going to go too deep into it. I've been doing it the last couple videos, so most of you have seen it, and if not, it's out there on a couple videos already. Basically just take the wire, double loop it, put the wires in an RDA cap that's heavy, put the RDA deck inside the cap, and there it is. And it fell off. I don't know why that happened. I think maybe this clone Kennedy doesn't close very tightly. Get another piece of 38. And I'm probably just going to use a different RDA this time. But which one? Is this close? What to use, what to use. I'll try the aeronaut. What's up, Maria? Did you get your mail, Maria? Lots of the people got their giveaway packages today. I think half of them did. Half the people got them. If anybody has had a giveaway prize or ordered coils from me, no matter where, UK, it don't matter. Everything's out and shipped. Everything. Everybody's shipped. I gotta get out the coils for the Right to Be Smoke Free raffle. Or yeah, Right to Be Smoke Free. There. I don't know what's going on. I'm starting to think that only the mask RDA works for this because of how heavy it is. For some reason, these other RDAs ain't doing it. I'm wondering if it's because of the weight. Maybe because you have 2 loops, you need more weight. I don't know. Yeah, I could do the loop method with the clamp. I could show you guys that. Yeah, let me do that. What Brad just said. So I'll get the Kennedy cap. I'll put the wire in the cap. And then I'm just going to make a loop by tying this or hot gluing it. So I'm going to twist it. Hot glue it. While that dries, I'm going to get one of my drawstring clips. So what I'm going to do with this is do the loop method, but this is going to hold the wire tight to the core. going to put the loop through the clip. So I got the loop above the clip. Put the loop on the core behind the fusing wire. Get it back in my drill center. I can drop the loop in the last space made. Put the drawstring clip up tight to the core. Looks like I still need more weight. Looks like the Kennedy cap just ain't doing it tonight. I wonder if it lost weight. I don't know. So there you go. When I need to add weight, I throw some ceramic tweezers in the RDA I'm using, and that adds a good amount of weight. That's a lot more weight. It's like almost double the weight. It's going to be one of them nights. So if you guys seen the clip drop down when I was clapping him, this is too much weight, so I'm going to take that off. I'm going to put one of these on. The clip was dropping down, and that's because my Clapton wire was angled down, so it was forcing that clip down. So I'm going to raise my Clapton wire up like this, so that that clip stays tight to the core. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, the clip idea is a lot like the button method, only I like this a lot better. I'm not a big fan of the button. If that works for you, that's awesome. It never really worked for me. I always needed a weight anyway. So, with this clip, you can actually set it up to have a hands-free Clapton thing. I do it sometimes when I'm doing like fuse Claptons, not with the clip. I don't use it for the fuse Claptons, but I set up a hands-free system when doing regular Claptons and fuse Claptons. You know, you could put this in a bag, you could clamp your drill to the table, and then clamp the handle if it doesn't have a, whatchamacallit, if it doesn't have a button that holds in the, trigger. Alright, so that's all I need for staggered wire. Kind of messed up down here, but I made more than I need. So now I can clip this free. I can take this off. So I got my wire right here. And now I'm going to find the halfway point of my clean wire. So 12 inches is right here. And then my clean wire starts at about 10 inches. So I got 22 inches. So at 11 inches, I can cut my wire and have my two pieces. So I cut this, and now I got two pieces here, each 11 inches. I'm going to put a 90 on this at the end. Put a 90 on this at the end. And actually, I will get two coils out of these. I don't think I was thinking properly. I did order a RAM box, so I'm probably going to do a video on the RAM box when it comes in. I think I should have it by Tuesday. So I'm rocking my 30-ace coils right now. This is the Tesla Invader 3. I'm not sure if you were asking me, or the Tesla Invader 2/3. What's up, Yuncle? I'm good, you? Alright, so now I'm going to get, basically one of these wires is going to get half staggered with a couple pieces of ribbon. The other one is going to get half staggered with a multi-core strand, which I've never done a multi-core on my channel, which is pretty surprising because I actually really like multi-cores. So first I'll do the ribbon one. I never did it with 0.3. I guess I could do it with 0.3, huh? I was going to do 0.4. I'll try 0.3. Fuck it. This might be a bad idea, but I'm going to get enough nichrome 0.3 out to fold it over. And then I'm going to get out enough Kanthal 0.3 for just a single strand. Actually, no, I'm doing 0.3. I could do another fold over one. So we'll get this staple one done. And then we'll do the multi-core. And then we'll parallel them together. It's a pretty cool build. Vape's pretty good. Should be like 0 ramp up time, even with 6 reps. Keep it at around a 0.1. So I got both pieces of 0.3. Fold them in half. I've never tried it. They actually contacted me a while ago and never sent me any juice. This was months ago. Or actually, we never got done talking. It wasn't even like they were going to send me juice, like nothing like that. Started talking about it, and they never finished the conversation. What's up, Graham? B-Dog, what's up? I'm hot gluing the one end of my 0.3. I got some water here. Gonna get it on my fingertip. Run it down my 4 pieces of 0.3 ribbon. I'm going to go about 1.5 inches down, get some 40 gauge, bind it up. Cut it off the spool, but leave a piece hanging off here. Then I'm going to pinch that, run it all the way down to the end. Put a couple more tight wraps into it. Cut that. Cut this a little shorter. I'm going to put the loop into my swivel just so it holds on to something. I'm going to pull this end. And while there's tension on it, I'm going to hot glue it. Pulling tension as it dries. Alright, Stanley, thanks for stopping by. Alright. Now I could take one of the staggered pieces. Just make sure I put it on the flat side of this 0.3 ribbon. I'm going to get some 40 gauge and wrap them together. Which I didn't really need to do. It was kind of unnecessary. I'm just going to get both in the drill and make sure that the 27 gauge stays on the correct side of the 0.3. So you want it on one of the flat sides of the 0.3. And then I want to get a piece of 40 gauge. Keep it on the proper side of the 0.3. I'll pull tension so I can see it. And then wrap my 40 around this end so it's not swinging around all crazy when I'm fusing. Just a couple wraps Even do some with the drill. I should hot glue this in. This is a half staggered. So I got a staggered round wire, and I'm putting 4 pieces of 0.3 ribbon next to it, and I'm going to fuse it together so it'll be a half staggered when I'm done. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the other piece, but instead I'm going to half stagger it with a multi-strand core. So a multi-strand core is basically like 15 pieces of 40 gauge lightly twisted. It's like a lot of little pieces of wire twisted together slightly. You don't want to over twist it, just enough to where they stay together. You want the juice to get all up in there when it's finished. You don't want to twist it really tight. I've never done a multi-core on the YouTube. I did it at the end of me going on Instagram. I did a couple multi-cores, but... So now I'm going to get my 38, and I'm going to start to wrap this slowly. And when I do, I'm just going to pay attention to the beginning, that I do it the right way. And if I get it good in the beginning, it should go good all the way down. So I'm going to pull some tension. Do a couple wraps. It's definitely going to be a little more difficult with 0.3. I kind of knew that, but... I know if I get a good start on this, that I should probably be able to just go right down the wire. Alright, let's view this up close. Let me get a couple more wraps in it. Let's view it up close and see if I'm doing this the right way. Pretty sure I am. Yep. It looks a little funny because of the two different pieces of ribbon, but that's right. That's how I want it. All right. I'll get a close-up in a second. Let me get down this wire a good amount. It should be good and just go, really. Just gotta pay attention. There it goes. I definitely could have prepped this wire a little bit better down there to make this a little easier on myself. Maybe put a couple binds in it to make sure that what's happening is the 27 gauge sometimes wants to go on the wrong side of the .3. Basically because it's the bigger side. The 4 pieces. .4 definitely would have been a lot easier. If this was staying where I wanted it to, I would have been done this already. Maybe if I would have hot glued this end too. Just winging it. See what happens. Alright, that's that. I can cut that. Whatever it is, it is. The multi-core is going to be much easier because it's not square A staple wire. So the worst thing that could happen is my staples are running the wrong way and we're going to see the flat side, which really might not be that bad. I think that's exactly what happened. It's hard to tell. Hold on. Yep. Come on. Focus, fucker. Waiting. Yep, there's the flat side of the ribbon. But if I go down, I think it turned over at some point. So I may have a situation where the one coil is the right way. Yep, there it is. Yeah, it turns over at a certain point. I don't know where. I don't really care to look for it. It's like extremely hard to get focused right now. There you go. .088. It depends what batteries you have. I run that. I run that on a Mac. Vaping down under. What's up? All right, let's get to the multi-core. If the time's not too crazy, I might do this again. I could save this for something else. I really wanted to do this the right way. We'll see how long this takes me to do. If I can get this done in like 15 minutes, which I think I can, we'll do another one of them. Alright, so a multi-core. I'm going to use 40 gauge nichrome. Alright, I'm going to do, I guess 27 gauge, parallel into 27 gauge. I'm going to have 16 pieces all together. So when you do a multi-core, you do it a lot like a staple. Since I want 16 pieces, I'm going to get 8 pieces out, 2 times the size. So I got my size right here. I got my 40 gauge. I'm pulling it out. I'm going to give it a tug to make it straight. Pull it out a little longer than what you need. Let's try this again. One more time. Pull it out longer than what I need. Give it a tug to make it straight. There's one piece which I don't like. I might have to just trash that one. Pull it out. Give it a little tug. That's 2 pieces. These pliers are not helping me out right now. Let's try these ones. Three pieces. Four pieces. Five pieces. Six. Seven. Eight. Alright, there's 8 pieces of 40 gauge. They're about 20 inches long. I want to get all them pieces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I get all these pieces in my hand. I got 8 pieces of 40 gauge in my hand. I'm going to run my fingers down, a lot like if this was ribbon. I'm going to get this end that I grabbed at first. I'm going to find the shortest wire, just like if it was a staple. And I'm going to cut them all at the shortest wire. So now they're all the same size. Now I'm going to take them. I'm going to twist them up a bit. And I'm going to put a knot in it in this end. Alright, so this end's knotted. You could also hot glue it if you want, but I'm fine with this knot for now. And then I'm going to take my fingers. You see how 8 pieces of 40 gauge start looking like a piece of 26 when they're all together. Take my fingers, run them all the way down, find the shortest wire, and cut that side. Alright, got it here. After I cut it, I'm going to come back down to my knot again, and I'm going to do that one more time. I'm going to make sure I get them all nice and tight down at this end. Once I get to the end, I'm going to twist it up and put a knot in this end. Yeah, those are Crescent. That's what brand they are, Crescent. Them needle noses and my cutters. I get them at Home Depot. Alright, so I got a knot in both ends. When I pull it tight, it looks like one wire. When I don't pull it tight, it's a bunch of little wires. 8 to be exact. Now, I'm going to take this off my swivel, and I'm going to put them 8 pieces of 40 gauge into my swivel. And I'm going to bring both knots together. Let me change the camera angle. So I got both knots here. I pull that. So now I got 16 pieces going down to my swivel. I'm going to twist these two together. You could tie it in a knot if you want. I'm actually going to hot glue it down here, so they're all hot glued together. Do not hit your lighter on this 40 gauge. The lighter will break the 40 gauge. 40 gauge is way too thin to be heating it with a lighter directly. So I just hot glued them together. Pull tension as they dry. Alright, now I'm going to get my drill. So if you guys know M. Turk, he's the guy that kind of came up with this multi-core. He does the frame multi-core, which is like a frame staple, just instead of the ribbon, you do a multi-core in there. It's a little tricky of a build to get down because it's like doing a 3-core fuse Clapton. You got to keep hitting it with your nylon pliers. But doing this build half staggered isn't that hard. I'm going to get that in my drill. I'm going to pull tension, put my drill in forward. I'm going to hold my swivel hook. I don't want this to turn right now. So I'm going to hold that, and I'm going to twist my drill. And I'm just going to put a little twist in this wire. Not much, just a little bit. It's a very slight twist. I mean, that's really it. It's just to hold the wires together. That's all. Nothing else. I guess I'll show you guys what this looks like. I mean, I literally hit that button for like 3 seconds altogether. I think I did 1.5 seconds. You see, it's just very, very slightly twisted. Very slightly. Alright, now I'm going to take that staggered wire. I'm going to slip that into the drill, and unlike the staple wire, I could prep this like I prepped that staple wire because it doesn't matter. It's only 2 wires, it's a half staggered. It's just like if you were to half stagger a round wire on this. I'm just going to tie a piece of 40 in the end so I don't hit myself in the face with the 27 gauge. So now both wires are there. 27 is very loosely on there. I'm going to get my 38 gauge. I think I am going to rebuild the staple. This isn't going to take too long. I should be able to run right down this wire. I put it in between both wires. Got that little space there, so skip over that, and now try to go slow so you guys can see. What's up, Dan? Alright, now I'm just going to run down the rest of this. There's going to be twisting. I'll get that out when I'm done. Alright, that's done. Now to untwist this, all I gotta do is get my nylons, hold it on this end, put my drill in reverse, do some untwisting, come down to some of the first twists here, untwist that, go down to the next set of twists. I might have to flip that over and fix that, which is fine. You could also do this. I could either flip this wire over. In fact, I'll flip it over. And just use your drill to twist it and your nylon pliers to hold it near it twists. That's the wrong way. So now I go like this. And that's basically untwisted. Show you what it looks like. My lighting sucks tonight. I don't know what's going on. I think it's because I raised my one light up. Hold on, it's killing me. Alright, that's what you're looking for. All them little wires are going to hold juice and they're going to light up extremely quick. Alright, so now I want to go back and I wanted to show you guys how to do that staple on the right way. I'll keep this aside for something else. Maybe I could twist it and do something with it later. I'm going to try to make this as easy on myself as possible. Get my 38 out. Try to do this quickly, and I'll make sure to show you guys at the part I fucked up what I should have did. So I get a piece of 38 out. I'm going to do the same loop method. That worked pretty good. Use the Kennedy cap. Get a piece of 38 in there. Make a knot or hot glue it, either way. Put my drawstring clip over the loop. Alright. I'll add this on later. That gave me just the little extra weight I needed for it to stagger properly. And now I'm going to get a piece of 27 gauge, about 12 inches. That's all I need. It's actually probably more than enough. This off the swivel, put this on. Get my drill. 38. Start to clap this. Leave some spaces. Get my loop. Put the loop onto my core. Core back in the drill. Loop in the last space made. Drawstring clip up. Put the extra weight on the loop. Space clapping. Plenty enough. Cut the 38. Cut the loop. Take this off. I'm going to use 0.4 this time. Just to, I think it's just going to save me time. It's going to be easier for me to get it done with 0.4. 0.3 is definitely possible. It's just a little trickier. So I need 2 times the size of this. Stretch it. Cut it. But I'm going to do 3 pieces of 0.4 instead of 4 pieces of 0.3. So it stays at around the same ohms. That should make up for the difference. Need to change the battery in my drill. Alright. Now I need to get my ribbon stack ready. So I'm going to get the longer piece. Fold it in half. I'm going to get the third piece, put it in the middle of my folded piece. Get this stack proper, and I can get a piece of 40 gauge. Now, since this is 3 pieces and the one's just hanging out in the middle there, I'm going to definitely hot glue this. When I have an odd number of ribbon wire, I always hot glue it because I don't want that middle piece moving. Since it's not part of the loop, it's susceptible to movement. So I should be able to edit the other video between tonight and tomorrow morning and get that up on YouTube. I'm probably going to fast forward through a lot of it, but I'm going to keep on all the parts that I think are important. Like I said, that loop method worked really good this morning with the loop that hung down low for the ribbon wire, which is something I've done before, but I definitely realized that the loop method is really good for 4 pieces of 0.4 when you leave that loop pretty big. So now I'm binding my stack of ribbon again with 40 gauge. Same thing I did the first time. Dragging it down to the end. And I'm going to do the same thing I did last time. I'm going to get this end and I'm going to pull it tight as I hot glue it. So I'm pulling pressure away from my swivel and hot gluing the ribbon stack. So this RDA stand that Andrew made me and sent over, I could also put my bottles in it upside down when they're at the end. It holds all the bottles really good, the top row. Alright, now that's dry. So now this is what I'm going to do different that I didn't do the first time. I'm going to take the ribbon and the staggered wire. I'm going to make sure that the flat side of the 0.4 ribbon is what's touching the round wire. And I'm wrapping it with 40 gauge to make sure it stays there. Once I got it where I want it, I could hot glue it into place. And then I could walk my fingers down a bit. I'm going to get in the middle of the wire and bind it up where I want it in the middle, so that that ribbon, that flat side of that 0.4 ribbon, is what's parallel to that 26. Do a couple loops, leave it in there. I'll take it out when I get up to it. Go down the rest of the wire. Go to the end here and do the same thing. Wrap it up. And then after I get this wrapped, I'm going to hot glue this end also. Just make sure it's exactly where you want it. When you hot glue it. good to bend them both over. It's easier to keep them together perfectly if you do that at the end here. So as you can see, the multi-strain's much easier to get done. And I can put the piece of 27 on the swivel. Actually, I still think it's good to have the ribbon on the swivel. Yeah, I want the ribbon on the swivel. The 27's connected to the ribbon anyway. It's just better to have that ribbon tension pulled tight so it makes a nice stack as I'm fusing instead of it being loose. Got to figure whatever gets connected to that swivel when you pull your drill back, that's what's going to be getting pulled tight. Alright, this is looking a lot better. Get my 38. Hand wrap it around to start. Cut the excess. Let me get a close up and let's see if I can just bang this out now. Start off slow. See all the ribbons right next to the 27. Let me just try to get this done quickly so we can wrap up the coils. Almost done here. I'm going to cut the 26 right here, or the 27, so that the clapton can move. When it's hot glued, it's not able to move out of the way. I'm done. I got plenty enough. I'm just being picky now. All right. That's how it's supposed to be done. Show you a close-up of both wires. Is this it? Yeah. wrap up some coils. Let me show you what they look like. There's what it's supposed to look like. And so when they're next to each other, they should might be hard to show you unless I just do it. Damn it. So there's two ways I can wrap this. I could wrap it with the full clap. No, there's a couple different ways I could wrap it. I either want the two claptons touching each other, the full claptons, or I want the multi-strand and the staple touching each other. So first things first, what I want to do is I want to wrap the staple one first because that's going to be harder to wrap. Alright, I don't wrap them together. What I do is first I'm going to cut it in half. So I got two staple coils. And I'm going to wrap one of these staple coils up, just like I would wrap any other coil. So I'm going to hold it with my needle noses. I'm going to get my 3mm belt. Just wrap the coil. Now this can be a bitch to wrap. It kind of depends. It's probably a little harder with 27 gauge than 26 gauge. So far, not too bad. And I'm going to do a 6 wrap. Show you what this looks like. Before I parallel it. Alright. Thanks, guys. Now, I'm going to take the multi-core, cut it in half. It's 10 inches, cut it at 5. And I'm going to make sure, before I wrap this, on one coil, I'm going to put the claptons together. And on one coil, I'm going to put the sorry guys, I ran out of battery. It was charged and I must have knocked it out at one point. My phone died, yeah. Yeah, whenever something like that happens, I'll be back. I will be back. Don't fret. I'm surprised the chat stays up. But I'll wait a second for people to either come back, or I don't know if everybody sees me right now. I did wrap one coil. I left the one that I was doing, put it aside, and I wrapped the other one up. An air conditioner behind me. I can't blow O's for shit anyway. Alright, so now I want to make sure that my full claptons aren't touching each other when I wrap this. And the half staggered multi-strand it's really easy to wrap. It's just like a fuse clapton. So I'm just forcing it in the grooves. I wrap the first coil tight, as you guys seen. And now just forcing this one in the grooves. Doing a 6 wrap. Pull it all tight. When you mount it in an RDA, you can pull it tight also. Yeah, my phone died, so I had to wait until I got 1% and come back on. This is what they look like from far away. Yeah, hit the like button, comment, subscribe. notification if that's your thing. I wrapped the one the wrong way. Damn it. That's not how I wanted to wrap it. I wanted to wrap it like this, so the half staggers are together and the full staggers are together. But now I got one of each. Yeah, parallel them bitches. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, I like the top one better too. If I were to change anything, I would have made that multi-core. I would have made it 20 wires instead of 16. Make it a little bigger. Thanks, Christopher. Maybe even twisted it a little bit more, so I got a little bit more. It kind of almost looks like two staple coils. I could have twisted it a little bit more. Yeah. Multi-cores are fun, and they bake really good. The resistance of these, I've done this build before. I would almost guarantee that at dual coils, it's going to be about a 0.12. Dual coil, 6 wrap, parallel, 0.12. Almost guarantee it. I've done this build actually a couple times. I don't even know if I have a RDA that these will fit in right now. Yeah, it won't fit in there. These are all taken up. Yeah. I don't want to take out that. I got a lot of pictures to still take. I've never colored my 2 series that are going on right now. These would fit in the squirming coils. This squirming coils RDA could fit a lot of big builds in there. Yeah, there's a lot of things you could do with that multi-core. They also call them like super soaker wire, I think. It's like if you do a multi-core and just clapped in it. But they vape good, they light fast, they hold a lot of juice. Go check out M Turk's frame multi-strand. It's a really good build. All right. I think that's it for tonight. Yeah. Yeah, guys, if I don't follow you and you guys like watch me, just DM me, and it's gonna come up in my it's gonna come up in the one folder of people who are trying to talk to me that don't follow, and I'll click on that and I'll follow you. I don't like not follow people because like I don't follow people because I'm a dick or something. I just don't. You know, there's just a lot of people out there, and sometimes things slip my mind. Sometimes I just don't find people. Some people are more active than others. So just hit me up. I don't mind following everybody. I don't really care. As long as like the feed is kind of you know, related to stuff I like vaping and building, I'll follow you. I don't really like feeds that are like all family stuff or people doing face shots and shit. I don't really follow them feeds. But if you have just builds and vaping and, you know, an occasional hand check, I'll follow you. I'm not like some of these other guys where you have to do something to earn my follow. I really don't. If you watch me and follow me, that's good enough to me. I could really care less who I'm following, or who I'm not following, I should say. Alright, it is 1 o'clock where I'm at. It's 5:01 in the morning. Endless plates of food. That's awesome. I'm glad that I'm getting people into building. That's good. There's lots of times people just they kind of like lose their passion for something like it, and you know, whenever I do that, I try to just change it up, like try to do something different, like live videos. You know, there was a little bit there where I was thinking, you know, maybe I'm coming towards the end of this, but you know, then I see a build that I've never done, and I want to do it, or sharing with others. You know, it's a good way to revive back to liking what you're doing. And if you're just going to stop because, you know, things ain't going your way with building, then I would suggest you you go back to the basics and get your build confidence up. And once you get your build confidence up, you know, kind of just start all over. You know, get your aliens down. You're never going to be perfect at every build. Like right now, I can do aliens, you know, 95% of the time I'm not going to fuck up an alien. But now it's like staggered builds. Like the more I do them, the better I get at them. And then even with aliens, the more I do them, the faster I get at them. I used to only be able to do like 10 a day. Now, if I sit down and only do aliens all day, I could, you know, I could do 100 if I wanted to. Yeah, if you don't have IG, I suggest getting it. There's so much to do with vaping on IG. It's ridiculous. My feed constantly is just all new vaping stuff, all building stuff. Like if you went on my IG right now, there's just 1,000 builders out there, 1,000 of them. I don't think people realize how many builders there are out there and how big it actually is. It's a little niche thing in another little niche thing. So it's not huge, but it's probably bigger than most people think. Nice. Yeah, and that's kind of a good thing, King, that you have something that's not going to keep you at your drill and tire you out all the time. That's like me. Like, I only really get to build anymore, like, on the live videos, and then, like, one other day. So I build, like, 3 times a week. But there'll be some days, like, if I have a day off, I'll build, like, 6 to 8 hours straight. And I'll get done a bunch of builds so I can take pictures of them the next week. Yeah, Cloud Envy, that's a good way to do it, as long as you're not waking up late for work or anything, but... Alright, I'm going to show one last screenshot of these coils and call it a night. Just look out for the other video I did. You could either go to Instagram and watch it now, or I'm going to edit it and put it on YouTube sometime tomorrow. And I think I'm also going to try to upload another little video too. I might try to, I'm pretty bummed that Suka video, I had to delete it because the sound wasn't on. So I might make a, like a 20-minute video on the Suka. Just a real quick one. Alright guys, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Check back here tomorrow for another video. Go follow each other. Keep in touch. And that's about it. Have a good rest of the night. Rest of the day, whatever time it is where you're at. I'm out.